Good evening. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mel's Green Space. Sorry, I'm out of the shop, but I want to make sure that I get here so you guys can see my table. Welcome to Seed Starting Tuesdays, Mel's Green Space channel. If you don't know me, I'm Melanie. Thank you. Welcome for joining. Don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe for more. And tonight is Seed Starting Tuesdays. So tonight, I realized my last video, you guys didn't actually see me putting seeds in there. My apologies. So tonight you will actually see me putting the seeds actually in there. I wanted to show you what I purchased. I actually went to Walmart really quickly. I actually like Walmart. I stopped shopping there for various reasons, but when it comes to like plant care needs, they're upping up their game, honey. So the first thing that I purchased was this. This is a 36 pop out and reusable seed starting tray. I'm trying to purchase things that I can reuse, as well as use things that I can upcycle. But this is great for me since I'm going to be doing this more and more on my channel and off the channel. And then I purchased Dr. Earth Pure Gold Organic and Natural All-Purpose Fertilizer. I've used this previously. It's a good product, so I do recommend this. This is my first time purchasing this. You can get this at Walmart. They have various sizes. And then this one is the organic, this is from Burpee's seed starting mix. It's mainly with cocoa cure, perlite, and some other mixtures in there. What else is in there? Some other stuff. I probably will drop it at the bottom. I read it somewhere, but mainly it's cocoa cure, and it's a good starting mix. And I purchased this because I remember, not from this product, I think I got it from Miracle Grow. It was organic and it was a seed starting mix. And they grew really well and healthy. So let me just show you what it looks like real quickly. You see it's very light, but I believe it retains water. It does have some perlite in there. There's something else in here. But this is a good mix. I like this, and if anything, I can add this to like compost. I can add it to, another substrate mixed media for my plants. And so what I'm going to do is basically put my, put the soil in here. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this. Oh, I forgot to show you this one. This one I just purchased today. It's $20. I didn't want to spend $20, but it's $20. I had my eye on it for a while, and I was supposed to get bone meal, and I said, okay, I'll get that next time. But looking at the ingredients, this is another mycorrhizal, good for the soil, good for the roots, structure, healthy roots, healthy plant. It actually has in the ingredients, I read it. It says derived from hydrolyzed feather meal, meat meal, bone meal, poultry meal, blood meal, fish meal, and langbeinite. So I don't know if you can see that, but this is it at Walmart. I couldn't find it anywhere else. You can purchase it online, but I also have the other one. And so I don't have to buy, back in the day I had the fish fertilizer. That thing was it was potent. That's all I'm gonna say. It was potent, okay? So those are the things that I have that I'm gonna use. And so I was debating on what I'm gonna plant today. So I have the jalapeno peppers. I have the organic cilantro, again, Burpee's. I have the parsley. And then I have the basil. So I find that from what I'm looking up, that basil's pretty easy to grow. But I love cilantro, so I wanna take a shot at it again. And jalapeno, I've never grown jalapeno. I'm not the greatest fan of jalapeno, but I just wanted to show something because I know a lot of people like jalapeno. And I'm gonna start them in these trays. So I think I'm gonna do these three. I'm gonna do these three today, okay? So stay tuned for, okay, we're back. So I wanted to start from these because again, this is Seed Starting Tuesdays. And just like me and you, we're gonna go to the store. If we don't use the seeds that we harvested from our actual produce in our homes, we may purchase a package. So I wanted to go through this step by step with you, so that way we can, have an easier process moving forward. If you have any questions, These are so tiny. I think the cilantro is bigger. I think what I might do is, I think I'm gonna try basil though. Let's just try them. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. So yeah, we'll do these. Cilantro, how many do I have? I don't have that much, but they're big. They're pretty big, a good size. So, and I wanted to do, I wanted to do this because I wanted to kind of individualize them, because I find that when I plant them all together, they're so condensed, it's kind of harder to pluck them out. I just end up just uprooting the whole thing and just throwing it in another container. So I'm trying to do things a little bit more structured, okay? And then this also came with a tray, so you can catch the water, you can water it. Also, I believe if you have a heating mat, you can put this on top of the heating mat, but you know me, more than likely I'm gonna put it in another container, which is what I normally do. I gotta see if it fits because I think it's more narrow. So if not, maybe this acts as a cover I can use in the meantime, maybe. Let me see. I can do that in the meantime. You know, if it doesn't fit, I'll use this as a cover, and then like I'll water it. We gotta multitask. We gotta make it work. I can water it, let it sit, and then after I finish, I can, you know, cover it back up, keep it in a nice lit place by the window. And I do need to get some more grow lights if I'm gonna be planting some more. So just saying. And yeah, let's get started. So we have the fertilizer, and I'm not gonna add anything else to this. I'm gonna leave it as is because again, I find that it works so much better. So I'm just gonna pour the soil into here. As you can see, this is my tray. And if you don't have this, you can use the containers that I got. I got those off at the dollar store. And okay, so this is my container of containers. And I got these from the dollar store. So projects are coming, okay? Now this one, I got this from the dollar store. You know, people use shot glasses and stuff. I don't drink anymore, so don't have to worry about that. So when my seedlings are gonna get, they're gonna grow into a more mature state. The leaves are gonna get more mature after a certain amount of weeks. I'm gonna implant them in here. And that's the reason why I bought this, because to make it easier for me to transplant them from this container into this one. So I'm gonna plant maybe 1 or 2 in each cell. And then as they mature, the ones that are the best that mature and grow into their, I don't call it adult leaves, but their next phase in germination, I'm gonna plant them in here individually. I also bought these are so cute. Look at this one. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. Because hopefully in the future, this is not for Seed Starting Tuesdays, if I do tissue cultures with my indoor plants like my philodendrons, and hopefully I'll branch out into more varieties like ethereums and all that sort of, so to speak. And then I purchased this also. Now I know a lot of people use this for like parties and stuff, but I want to use this as like a sort of like a geranium. Is that the right word? For my begonias. I love begonias now. It's like a newfound love, and it's going to be a newfound hobby for me. So I want to collect all of them, and I'm going to start, you know, planting them in there, and like bigger ones that you guys will see. They look like little forests. And of course these that you already know that have the container. Okay. And I like these too because they're portable. I can move it around. But I wanted to have something a little bit more reusable that's going to last a little bit longer, and I could just pop it out real easy. I just want to make my process easier as I'm expanding this. So, okay, I just want, and also I bought a water bottle. This was $1.97, I think. This was cheap, so I could use this to kind of like rehydrate the soil every so often, so it doesn't dry out. All that good stuff. Okay, so let's get started. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to fill this up with soil, okay? And I'm gonna fill them all with soil, okay? I think I'm gonna add some cow glue in here too, because why not? The more the merrier. I wonder how much this will fill. We'll find out soon enough. I always save my plastic containers and I just, you know, wash them out because you never know you can use it. Sometimes I use them as a base to, watch this, quick work. Oh, snap. Quick work. Light work, quick work. Okay. Just scoop and go, scoop and go, scoop and go. All right. This is like a big old ball. Let's break that up. Just break it up. It's nice and light. It's not too dense. Because I find that it was some product I bought. I think both of them were Miracle Grow. I think one was organic, the other one wasn't. And they both were for seed starting, but one was more dense. Like it was beyond dense. It seemed like it didn't matter how much vermiculite or perlite I put in there. My indoor plants were getting waterlogged, and also they were so used to aeroid mix of that I previously had them in for so long. I think it's just like they were like, "What are you doing? What are you doing, Mel? You were doing good." Okay, so we have this. Sorry if it's a little messy, but you know, if you're gonna do homesteading, it's gonna be messy, period. So, and I used to, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was a tomboy when I was younger, but even when I was a tomboy when I was younger, I hated dirt. I never liked mud. I'm very texture. I'm a texture person. So it's like anything mushy or, that's just not me. Okay, so let's just get that going. Okay, so we have that established. Very easy, very simple, very cute, very lovely. Okay, now one thing I don't have is labels, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Okay, and this already has fertilizer in it, so I'm not gonna add fertilizer in there. I'm just starting the seeds. I purchased these from the Dollar Tree. You can find so many arts and crafts stuff from the Dollar Tree. I was actually going to use these, and I'm still going to use these to anchor some of my plants that are climbing plants, just to get them started. I only bought one pack because I'm trying to not overdo it when I do things. So I think I'm going to use this to poke a hole in here. I think it's a good diameter of size. You can use a pencil. Some people use pencils. So let's get started. Let's see what we're going to do. Yeah, okay. So, okay, what we'll do is I'll do the peppers here, and then I want to do a comparison. Why don't I do the jalapenos and maybe some bell pepper seeds that I harvested, so you can see the difference, how they grow. I think that's pretty smart. What do you think? Okay. Just gonna poke a hole in there. Light work, and it's so light, and this is not hard to do, guys. Like, you can do this. That hole's way too big. It's not hard to do at all. Once you just get started, you know, and you just kind of learn what works for you, what doesn't work for you. You'll know your schedule, of course. Do that one over because I pressed that so far deep. Okay, there we go. So the goal is not to go too deep. I think 1/4 inch, not even, maybe. Not deep at all. Very shallow holes I'm making. And I know some are maybe deeper than others, and a lot of times with the seeds, you want to put them like maybe 1 inch or 2 apart, depending. Some may be further apart, depending how they grow. But since these are in their own individual cells, it's quite all right. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of these. Let me see what it looks like. Yeah, they are granules. Can you see it? I was actually looking for something like in a powder form. I'll have to check Amazon, because what I want to do, I want something for my indoor plants as well, that when I'm transplanting them, I can put them at the base of the soil where the roots are, because it's kind of hard when there's even this is a little tricky. Just putting a little bit in there, and this already has like fertilizer in there, but you could add some more. Now, when I do my sweet potato, that's not going to be on seed starting Tuesdays. I'm sorry, unless I yeah, no, because it's not a seed. I'm starting from slips, so no. that'll be on another day. They're still out there on the balcony, living life. Living life. I ain't gonna lie, some of my plants, I didn't go out there today. I'm in Texas and they dried out, so it's okay. It happens. It happens. It happens. I was tired. So, okay, so we got that going. And now I'm gonna plant some of these. Let me show you the cilantro first, actually, before I do it. But I'm gonna wet this first, and then I will plant them in there. I don't wanna lose these. Okay. Can y'all see? I'm trying to show you so you can see. I'm on my phone, guys, because my battery on my camera died. I didn't realize it because I was about to film. So, but the view seems to be like you can see more of me. So I guess that works out. All right. And then the peppers. I think you guys know what bell peppers look like. I haven't opened this one yet. I need to get a container too for my seeds, so I can store them and keep them. And let's see. Yeah, they look typical. Okay, so I showed you what it's supposed to look like once it starts to grow and mature. So they go through different phases from the seed, and then there's like a, once you implant that, it's like in an embryo, then it breaks out of the shell, then it comes out, the stems start to grow out within a couple of weeks, and then these start to form, these leaves start to form, and then there's like these leaves form, and then another week that passes by, then there's more mature leaves that grow from here. You know, I used to do this all the time, but I never had like the full-on explanation. I did purchase some books, so I'm really gonna do some homework with you guys so I can go really in depth with you, because I really wanna not only just show you what I'm doing, but to also educate, so that way you can educate others. It's not about just me having, you know, knowing things, it's sharing the knowledge with you guys. So, because I want to be an expert gardener. And also I would like to add, stay tuned, because I'm going to be going on a field trip. Hopefully I'll have my microphone and everything. I have to ask for permission to make sure I can film. I'm going to be going to a farm to just practice like what it's like to milk cows and do like actual chores, what it feels like to be a homesteader, a farmer. There's this local farm where I live that I can go to. So you have to purchase a ticket, of course. So I'm going to vlog that and let you know how that journey is. I'm so excited to do that. Hopefully I could do it, if not the first week of August, the second week of August. I really would like to do that. So stay tuned for that. But as you can see, you see what I did here? I clustered everything together. So because they're delicate, it's gonna be harder to, you know, remove these. I have to be very careful, because the last time I used to do this, the roots would snap and I'm just like, oh, messed it up. But if you can see, like here, this is a weak one. It's very skinny. Just, it's not gonna survive, not viable. I mean, it's viable because it germinated, but like you can see the stronger ones here. Like for the most part, most of them are strong. I was trying to see if I can find one that still had this shell on, but they're pretty much off. But this one, and then only 3 germinated, but then as you can see, this one wasn't good, right? And these are the last 2 standing here. So I'm gonna replant them in the, I'm either gonna top them off here and leave it, or I'm gonna transplant them in my little mini red containers. We'll see. I think so. That's what I might do. I think it's the same depth, but for some reason I feel like it's, I don't know, more organized. I don't know. I just feel like that's better. But I'm gonna do, this one is gonna be a little tricky. So this is what you're gonna end up seeing again. I showed you guys that last time. So you guys can get a closer look of how it looks in the process of germination. Nice strong stem. Again, these are the mini
not mini, I'm sorry, the red habanero. You can kind of see the stragglers in between that didn't make it. So I'm only gonna keep the best of the best, and then these two have two, they're pretty good. Okay, and this one is the chocolate habanero. So funny, the hot pepper ones are lasting, and I think this one is a mini bell pepper. I'm not sure, but yeah. So you can get an up close look.
And I've got soil on me. Part of the journey. Okay. So let me just take these out. I don't know if you guys saw my shorts. It was like a funny short that I showed. I was trying to be funny with tweezers. You know, some professionals, they're like putting the seeds in with tweezers. That was a fail for me. So these are what pepper seeds look like. Bell peppers, spicy peppers. They pretty much look like this, okay? Have a nice light yellow creamish color. And it says full sun to the 75. Let's read it again. Full sun, 10 to 25 days to germination. So that's much quicker. So 7 days is a week. So, I mean, 2 or more weeks. Almost, it says 25, less than a month, a little less than a month. And the basil is 10 to 14 days. So this is 2 weeks. So this would be the quickest. And then the cilantro is, they actually didn't put, oh, they did. Seedlings emerge in 14 to 21 days. So these are pretty much within good range, okay? So since I kind of know what the seeds look like, I can kind of take these out. Hopefully I don't lose them. There's more in here, but they don't want to come out. Come on. Come on. So I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cilantro seeds. That's not really good to go off of because, you know, sometimes half die. So hopefully we'll just pray that they go through. It says sow outdoors in full sun after danger of frost. I'm in Texas, okay. But it does get cold here as well. In frost-free areas, sow from fall to early spring. Sow seeds thinly and cover with 1/4 inch of fine soil. This is pretty fine. Okay, so let me just go in here. Now I just want to make sure I'm gonna plant. I'm trying to debate if I want to do 2 in 1. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna do 2. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna do 2 in 1 cell. So you can see I've poked the holes in there. Okay. So let me just hold so you can see. So I'm gonna plant this, drop it in there. 1, 2. Did you see it going in there? Okay. Hopefully you can see it from here. So I put those in there. So I'm gonna proceed to do the same here. And I'm putting 2 in each. And this one just has its own right here. I'm going to, this is an old tag that I had, golden pothos. I'm gonna stick it in here as my marker of where I stopped with the cilantro. And now I'm gonna put the jalapenos here so I can know the difference. So I don't mix them up. So I'm gonna do 2 seeds per cell and drop them in there. Can you see me do it? Okay. Just dropping them in there in the holes that I created, okay? Okay. Oops, I think I did 3. Kind of hard to tell. We're gonna stop there. That's gonna be my marker, so I'll know, okay? That's done. So let's put the rest of the jalapenos in there. Jalapenos. I mean, I do love a good pico de gallo, so I do, just not too much, not too much. Okay, so let's just fold that back. We're done with cilantro. Cilantro is done, there's no more. Is there any more? No, no more. And so this one, my goodness, I'm gonna have to show you in the bag because it's similar to callaloo. Can you get in light? See how tiny it is? Black seeds just like callaloo. Very tiny. So I'm sorry, you probably won't be able to see that. I'm gonna do more than 2 in there because I cannot see. And you should do more than 2 for these, I believe. I think depending on like which seed you're planting, some you can plant 1, like 1 to 2 seeds, and others you need to plant more. It just depends on so I'm just gonna, you know, do a little bit more, just a little bit more. I think I did 3 or 4 seeds in there, not too much. I know this was a 1 cell thing, but these 2, 2, and then maybe 3 to 4 in there. And now, if I were doing like the beans, let's see if I can open it. I would definitely put like 1 in each. This one says indoors not recommended, but this is 2020. It's actual bean, y'all. 2026. We got grow lights, we got techniques. We can start indoors. You can do whatever you want. And this one says full sun, 7 to 12 days to harvest. I think I'm gonna try it. This one is it says Bush Blue Lake, number 274, and I got this one off of Amazon. This one wasn't from the store, and it says 70 days to harvest. So about 30 days is a month, 32 months, 2 plus, almost 3 months, including 7 to 12 days for germination. So you have to count germination plus harvest. So you're including those. So it's gonna be 7 to 12, 12 plus 70, okay? So that's what, 82 days. 82 days to harvest. So count it like that. And this one says full sun, 1 inch deep, and then seed spacing. This one is 3 inches apart. You see what I'm saying? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's show everything. They look like navy beans. So I'm gonna place these beans in there. Let me put it down so you can see. So we did cilantro, we did the jalapeno, and then we did the basil. So now we're gonna do these. So let me just dig this a little bit deeper because it says an inch. Right there. And I'm gonna go all the way back on this one. Because I'm putting 1 bean in there, 1 bean. Okay. You know what? I'm thinking if I should have done that, but I didn't do it. You know how I did with the lemon seeds the last time? I had them soak it in water so you can see which ones are fresh. And beans, the thing about seeds is they last a long time. Even if you don't buy them fresh, you can still plant them, which is a great thing. That's why I said, you know, you never know what's going to happen in the next couple of years. You want to at least learn how to grow the basic things like, you know, lettuce and tomatoes and carrots and potatoes, you know, just your basic vegetables and your herbs, your thyme, your cilantro, your sage, your basil, your rosemary, your lavender, just certain things, oregano, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm starting now, and I wanted to start with you so you can see me do this. So this is the marker, okay? So I'm gonna stop yapping. I'm gonna cover it, top it off a little bit there. Tap it off there. Tap it off there, sweetie. Okay. And I mean, these will dry up, but I can always re-wet. I can always re-wet them. Hydrate them. Let's see, water. Is that the right word? Hydrate. Okay. So we're just planting them in. Seeds starting Tuesdays. I'll get more in depth, guys. I'm just starting off with you guys and just learning how to, you know, edit videos and do everything. Let me take this out first. So, and I'm hoping that you're liking the videos thus far and you're learning something. The biggest takeaway that I've learned from myself is to be more organized in doing this, because, you know, as you saw previously, I didn't remember what you know, these were. Like this one's, you know, the marker stayed because I think I had the tape on here. So this one is the chocolate habanero. And this one, no marker on here. So it faded away. And then this one, I do know this one is still on here. This is the red habanero. I love habaneros. So this is gonna be exciting to see how these grow. So just remember these are the habaneros. Okay, and then I'm just gonna simply wet the top. Okay. And you are done. That should be good. This one is up here. Actually, let me poke a hole. This is gonna be my marker to know that I did not plant in here. Okay. And then I'm gonna get some tags. So the next time you'll see me, you'll see an update with a marker on here for each one, so I'll know which is which. And that's pretty much it, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Look at all the soil that's at the bottom. I'm gonna have to clear that out. I'm gonna clear all that out. We are not wasting over here, honey. We are not wasting over here. Okay. So I'm gonna cover that. They have some, what do you call these things? You know, like saran wrap that you use to wrap your food and everything? They have these at Walmart. They almost look like shower caps, but they're saran wrap and they have different sizes. If I can find them again when they're in stock, I'm gonna see if I can get the large one and see if I can cover this and poke holes in it. That would be a good idea. If not, I can either get saran wrap and do this right now, which I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do that and poke some holes in that. So this is it, everyone. And I hope that you learned a little bit today about seed starting. And I really wanted to do it from here because, again, like I said, sometimes, you know, we forget, we throw out the seeds, we don't save them, and we just go out and buy them, which is good as well. And this is a good way to like read the instructions and, you know, follow along. So of course, hold me accountable. You see me plant something, just be like, hey Mel, is this outside? Are you holding to the time frame? So I'm gonna put these to the side so I remember that these are the ones that I actually grew from my memory, and then I'm gonna log it down in a book. Here's my little book that I'm gonna show y'all. I kept this little book. I was using it for other stuff, but for now, I'm gonna use this for my seeds. And then I have a board where I write notes for myself. I'm gonna repurpose that for the plants. I wanna get a big one though. I wanna get a big one so I can mark everything down, but I definitely am gonna create, if you don't know, I create Christian journals and I also write books now. So Christian-based books. So I will create like some sort of plant planner, plant journal. I actually created one like years ago when I first created my LLC. So it's out there. Maybe I'll show that, but I need something more in depth, you know, as I have matured in growing plants and you know, harvesting things of this nature. So thank you so much again, everyone, for joining. I love you all. God bless. Jesus loves you more, of course. And let me know, you know, any questions that you have. Please be respectful, like I said before. Any concerns, you can DM me. And God bless. Take care. And also, I know I mentioned this before, but please hit the notification bell button. Hit all, so that way you just get everything. You won't have to worry about missing an episode, missing a short, missing anything. You will see everything that I do on this channel. And yes, God bless you all. Take care and have a lovely night. Ciao. Okay, everyone, so it does actually fit inside my container. You remember I grow them in here, and it's the perfect environment, humidity, so I don't use a heating mat. I just use containers and I love them. I will purchase more, so I'm just gonna simply cover it and then I'll put it closer to the grow light. But I think this is okay as is. All right, take care. God bless.